Thank you, Ryan, for that great presentation. As Ryan mentioned, I'm here today, and I will be speaking about privacy in the workplace. I have two of my colleagues here, Dennis Edwards and Keith Bond, and I'll be interviewing them today and asking them a couple of questions about privacy in the workplace. And we're going to start with you, Mr. Edwards. Now, dealing with privacy in the workplace, if you were to know that you were being monitored on a surveillance camera every day, how would you feel about that?
If I was to know that I was being monitored on a surveillance camera every day, just monitoring my actions and my moves as far as my production and my job, I would feel uneasy about it. I would feel a sense of anxiety as far as trying to make sure I stay on top of my job, make sure I'm working fast enough. I wouldn't really understand or know the criteria to which they want from me, as far as what hard work looks like inside of their eyes. So I'll probably be working a little bit harder to try to make sure I please them, which in turn will probably put a lot of stress up on me as far as trying to get my job done. And I would be a little bit worried about trying to make sure I don't mess up in whatever it is that I'm doing. So I'm really not full. I wouldn't be comfortable with surveillance being up on me my whole shift, just because of the uneasiness.
Okay, great. So he stated that he would feel uncomfortable with surveillance cameras being around him and being unaware. Now, also, we have Mr. Bond here. And Mr. Bond, the question I have for you, what do you think about social media on the workplace? And if it was monitored, how would you feel about that? Do you think your employee has a right to tap into your Facebook, social media to see what you're doing on your private time?
I mean, I personally, I think that wouldn't be right, but at the same time, everybody does it.
Okay, so in your own opinion, so if you don't think it's right, why would it not be right?
Because it's personal.
Because it's personal.
It's not got nothing to do with the job.
Okay. All right. So here we have today Mr. Bond and Mr. Edwards. Thank you so much for both interviewing with me today about privacy issues in the workplace. And you all have a great day.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to turn you over to Zach, who's going to talk about negative attitudes in the workplace.